At the Ag Issues Forum, I'm visiting with Jim Blome. And Jim, you just welcomed the group here. We got a lot of ag media to the 10th annual one of these Ag Issues Forum. That's a great time period over which to see technology change, and we're talking a lot about that. When it comes to Bayer CropScience right now, what is it you really want to get the message out about what you guys are doing in terms of innovation especially?
Certainly, thank you. At Bayer CropScience, we continue to invest heavily in innovation. So it's important for us that the rules and the regulatory environment stays the same so that we understand how we can invest and continue to bring new innovation to the market. Our goal is to bring sound science to the farm to solve yield issues.
Well, in your remarks, you talked, for example, about what we all know needs to be done more, and that's reaching out to the general public, people who are maybe a little bit misinformed, but it doesn't mean that they're not passionate or looking for answers necessarily. One idea is the idea of kind of connecting farm to them through videos, through social media, and maybe even bringing them out on the farm. Tell me some of your ideas on how to get this done.
Absolutely. We're running into passionate people who are interested in learning more about farming, but just aren't finding the answers, right? We're not finding it in a vehicle that's appropriate for them or that they appreciate. So we're all about advocacy, which is our play on the word advocacy, and that is taking the opportunity to talk to people who want this information, tell them about farming, reach out, even bring them to the farm or bring your farm to them, but knowing what you're going to say, prepare to answer questions. We're very transparent. Tell them about how we prepare food, what's going into it, how we grow it, and then answering questions. They're concerned because there's a lot of misinformation out there. Misinformation goes out over the internet just as fast as good information. And so we need everyone connected with the industry to take it upon themselves, to arm themselves with the right message, deliver it concisely, and look for opportunities to do it.
Well, I was glad to see that you had one of the people that asked a question here, Jenny from the AgChat Foundation. That specifically their mission is to train farmers to use social media tools to kind of communicate with non-farm public. And I think Bayer's been very supportive of them in the past. So you really kind of are bringing when we look at media today, it's, we've got what we call some traditional media here, but you've got some farmers out here in the audience too that are actually tweeting and probably going to be going back home and spreading some of what they learned here.
Yeah, every group needs leaders, and it's wonderful to see these guys out here bringing the new technology in and the understanding and demonstrating. They have the wealth of industry knowledge. They need to match up with people with the social media knowledge and how to get the message out, because quite frankly, that's what the millennials talk through. That's where they want their information. That's where they trust their information. And as each generation gets further and further away from the farm, they have less and less traditional. They're not going to see their grandparents at their farm anymore. They have less connection to how seeds are planted, what they do. They believe food comes from the grocery store.
Well, just after you spoke, we had Dr. Mae Jemison, a former astronaut, speaking a lot about scientific literacy. And, one thing that she said that struck me was that there's not enough fuel in our solar system for today's technology of rockets, I guess, to actually reach another star. She was just using that as an example of the need to innovate, the need to create new products, because converting that to on the ag and food side, we have a lot of people we got to feed, and a lot of people in areas that right now are having trouble growing food even to eat. So but this is definitely an area I think Bayer's really working pretty hard in.
I think it's an excellent example and a good analogy that we don't have the arable land and the fresh water to grow the food to get us to 9.6 billion people. It's a very good analogy. So how are we going to do it? Don't know exactly yet, right? But technology, we're talking about technology in groups of decades, right? And we talked about the difference 10 years makes. In this cutting-edge environment and investment vehicle, we're making big strides. So I'm confident we'll get there. I just don't know how yet.
Well, if we knew it, we may not be sitting here right now probably having this conversation. Well, thank you very much, Jim Blome with Bayer CropScience. We're here at their 10th Annual Ag Issues Forum, and I'm Chuck Zimmerman reporting.